Britton has spent 45 years coaching teams across the Chippewa Valley, now has his first chance to serve as a head coach.
This is a dream come true. It's the pinnacle of my career.
Another throw off here. That's going to be number 6, Lorenzo Thompson throwing it, and that's going to be a bit of a duck in the air. Return now by number 1 for Devon, and he's going to get a little bit of wiggle room in there, but he's not going to get too far.
One down situation, we're about to knock it in.
Freeman, handoff right up to the side, and that's another touchdown in there. Is Devon Ford. Right off to the hound, that was a touchdown.
Yeah, that was a good play. Wade Freeman noticing those strong.
Davilo in the backfield. Oh, that's going to be a fumble, and it's going to end up in the hands of number 4 for the Axemen, all the way down to the sideline. Did he get in? He did. Oh, man. Antoine Holloway.
You're watching Inside the Axe Den, hosted by LeCedric Green and T.J. Bartholomew, brought to you by Shady Sports Network. Thank you to the Eau Claire Axemen for the opportunity to do this show with them and head coach Jim Britton. Please enjoy the show.
Yo, we live. It's been a minute. I know we took the last week off for the holiday. Happy 4th of July, everybody. But we are back hanging out inside the Axe Den with Coach Brit. What up, TJ?
Hey, how you guys doing? How was your holiday?
Amazing. Amazing. Coach, welcome back. Good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you guys too.
Yeah. TJ, I'll let you kick it off, bro.
No, sure. Well, I mean, how was having this weekend off to kind of really just take the whole season so far and be able to kind of pause and take a breath?
The bye week came at just the right time. And it's always good for the guys to get back with family, to recharge, refocus. And yesterday is recovery day. Monday's our recovery day. And again, we talked about this in the past, but the guys, we have an open door policy. And so the guys came and said, hey, we need that recovery day on Mondays after a long bus trip, et cetera. And so I met with them just briefly yesterday. It's a captain's practice and just welcomed everybody back. And then today we had practice, and it might have been the best practice. At least the D linemen had the best practice of the year, I thought. Focus is there. And we're the huge underdogs. 2 of the last 3 teams that we play, one is undefeated. The other, the Goats, beat us, and we had that lead at halftime with a touchdown that was not given to us, which could have changed the complexion of the game, but that's in the past. So we've got the Goats on the schedule, and then we've got the Iowa Woo, who've only won 1 game, and so we go down there. But we're playing underdog. We relish that role, and like I told the guys in a text, we are the best 0-5 team in this league. We could very easily be 3-2, 4-1. Without the mistakes, and we play error-free ball, we're in the driver's seat. But that's not the case, and we're at the back end of the bus, and we just got to claw ourselves out of the hole and just get that win. And winning always takes care of itself.
Right.
And that's one thing that I wanted to ask during when I saw it happen in the game, because the time had expired, was there not the ability to challenge, or because it was inside the timing rules, or?
Very good question, TJ. I asked that question myself. And the hard part, what I found out, and the official was right, with the end zones being so small, the official can't get that width and depth that they normally would get in the 11-man game. So he was behind the play. He felt that his knee was down. And we asked if we could challenge, and they decided to do that because it could have been a potential score. They were in contact with Dr. Michael Kubin, who is, yes, he's also our, our team president for the Axemen, but he's very non-biased. So he had them review it. They didn't give it to us, but when I looked at it from different angles, he clearly did not touch. The ball was across. So, it could be 15-12, 16-12, or 17-12. But we have big momentum going into halftime, and but it didn't go our way, and so there's no excuses. We were, I always tell the guys, hey, it's 0-0 at halftime. I got to come out and play. And then they had deferred, so we kicked off, and then they came down, and we had a broken play, and they score, and then then the floodgates open, and we just couldn't recover.
So at this point in the season, with the losses piling on, how are you keeping the mentality up in the locker room without going too aggressive?
Well, we're we're aggressive either way. We coach them up, but we also coach them hard, and that's the way they want to be coached. So when we uncover the stones through film, we're very critical, but yet we also praise them when they do well. So, it's easy to criticize, yes, and that's how we get better. But we also have to praise them, and I'll tell you, like I've told you guys this before, and I told them this after the game. There is no other team that, yeah, within records, I get that, but there's no other 16 or 18 guys and my assistant coaches that I want to go through this season with. These guys are positive guys. They're character guys. They're good in the community. They come to practice. Now, are there days when we got to get on them pretty hard? You bet we did today. When one guy loafs, it's not acceptable. So, and they know that. And so every now and then we got to get on guys, but they all know that ahead of time. So that's nothing different. And our quarterback is injured. So I brought in, we had to bring in a guy. He was with the Iowa Woo, didn't play much. He came in today, traveled all the way over from Appleton, and he was at practice, raring to go, and he's throwing some balls and kind of getting used to scout team. And with our quarterback with a knee injury, we're probably going to hold him out to be safe. And so this kid will probably get some reps. We have a couple other backup quarterbacks that have been players, but we get the likes of a Josh Murray back. We get Bo back. We get Brian Peterson back. We get there's like Thaddeus Tolliver, our center. We get him back. So the core guys that we've missed the last couple of games due to injuries, we get back. So we're getting healthy, and that was the really good part of the bye week. And so so we just move forward. There's no excuses. We just got to get better, and we told the guys, hey, we got to throw caution to the wind. It doesn't matter. Just fly around, have fun. We got nothing to lose, so let's just leave it all out on the field.
And definitely guys. One thing that I've noticed are the guys on the team, man. Like you said, they're definitely effort guys because there was a couple plays even after the second half started to get away where it was chasing guys down or holding them up and tackling them backwards instead of letting them drive them forward. I was like, man, these guys are bought in. It just can't get on the winning side of things, unfortunately.
Yeah, correct. Good point, TJ. These guys never give up, and they give us everything that we can ask of and more, and that's all I can ask of them. And we've come up on the short end of the stick, and 5 times now. And I told them today, losing stinks, and I hate it, and they do too. They know it, but yet these guys work their butts off in practice, and they've bought into our philosophy. Again, it's faith, family, and love, and we talk about it every day. And like I said, these guys are character guys, and you know, I can't ask for anything more. And my staff is phenomenal, and they're coached up, and the guys are coached. It just comes down to execution. And again, it's 3 to 5 plays that change your game. And we've just been on that 3 to 5 negative plays that we just can't recover. And with 3 games left, you know, we have got, excuse me, we got nothing to lose. And like I told them as well, we're going all gas, no brake, and just leave it all out on the field, and let's see what happens.
Right. So yeah, you say 3 to 5 plays. Now you're coming back around the stretch where you're playing the teams that you've already played before, and Nebraska Siege coming up. Are there 2 to 3 plays that you're working on, especially that you think could have maybe turned the game the last time you played them, or how are you going into this game?
Yes. Everybody knows what everybody's doing at this point in the season. And they're a good team, and they've got a Hall of Fame coach there, and he's a fantastic gentleman. He and I are same age, and we have a very similar philosophy. And Dorsey Galston, the third down with the Goats, he and I get along fantastic, and great relationship. I don't know the Iowa Woo coaches very well, but I think their quarterback, I think it's Gardner, the tall guy, number 16, I believe it is. I think he's banged up, and I think he's injured. They brought a new guy in. So the nuances, the guy that they probably bring in might be a runner versus a super thrower. So you have to game plan according to to who they have, and you watch film. But it's every coach will tell you this. It's hard to replicate, like an Aaron Rodgers or some of the like a Patrick Mahomes. You can game plan all you want to, but when it comes down to talent, talent, hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. And so, we just got to keep our nose to the grindstone, do what we do best, and just forge ahead. And again, not make any excuses. But we've got to run the ball. We made a couple different player switches, and a tight end or running back or vice versa. And he's very versatile. I'm not going to give, excuse me, allergies, but not going to give them ammunition who we're playing. But yeah, our tight ends we've got Brian Peterson came back. He's 6'6". We got Eldridge Joyce back. He's 6'8" at tight end. So we've got some heights back now. And this tight end that we have that can run the ball as well as block, and Von Harris, give him a little blow a little bit every now and then. I think we're going to be pretty stout now. And the guys know it. We just got to play hard, play through it 4 quarters, and see where the chips fall where they may.
Yeah, now following the losses last week, unfortunately, that mathematically puts Eau Claire out of the playoffs. But hey, misery loves company, and still looking for that first win. Obviously, a lot to motivate and go after. But is there any part of the strategy for these last couple games to maybe start setting up for a better next season already?
To be honest with you, TJ and LeCedric, I haven't even thought that far ahead yet. And to be honest, just concentrating on the siege. Yeah, in the back of our minds, coaches have talked about it. You never know who's coming back next year, as far as coaching staff or players. If we do happen to get a new owner, I hope I'm back. And I think the way we play and the culture we have, I don't see that as being an issue. But the owner can pick whoever they want to be their head coach, and that's totally okay with me. But I definitely will throw my hat in the ring, and I'm still here until I hear differently. But I look at it this way too. The losses we have, yes, have compounded, but again, that comes down to 15 to 20 plays. And so you're talking, between 5 games, that's 4 plays, average a game that turn the tide of the game. And I told them again tonight too. We've taken all these long trips are now out of the way, and I told them tonight, actually, is that the Siege are coming in, 9-10 hour trip. Let's give them that feeling like what we've had the last couple of times, long trips. And they're never fun when you lose, and that just makes the trip longer. But now, we're home, and they've got to make that long trip. So those long trips are not fun. Yeah, we wish we could fly, and that'd be easy, but nothing in this life is easy, and you just got to always be a hard worker. And yeah, so no excuses, and we're just going to come at them and come with all barrels, and just hopefully we come out with a win. And again, I've also told them I don't care about records, don't matter to me per se. Um, I want them to win it for themselves, not for the coaching staff, not for, well, yes, for the fans, but for themselves, because they're the ones that are going out and executing and putting on the pads and going through the injuries and play by play. So I want them to win it for them, not for me. And will it be sweet? All right. Yeah, victory is always sweet, but some of these other teams haven't lost yet, and they haven't had that feeling, and we know it all too we know it all too well. So it's about time we return some favors.
Right? Start knocking some heads over. What is your message to the fans, with your next 3 games being home games?
Well, 2 of the 3, Cedric. So Saturday night we have military and first responder appreciation night. So all of the military families show their ID, and they're in free. Now we have in our city of about 85,000, when the excuse me, the students are here. Um, we also are very rural, and so we have a lot of rural township fire departments that are all volunteer. So all of those volunteer fire departments from the various townships are invited. Um, Doctors, nurses, paramedics, EMTs, fire department, police department, deputy sheriffs, and state patrol are all invited, and they show their ID or wear their t-shirts, all get in free. So we're hoping we get a ton of people there, get to see a good game. And then one of our sponsors, Council Tools, are making a presentation and giving, I believe it's halogen lights that are very expensive, to the fire department at the beginning of the game. And then at halftime, I think they're donating other items to the police department. So it's an equal representation. The National Guard was invited, stopped in yesterday. They were going to be our honor guard, and they're spread so thin with training and whatever else is going on in the world. So they couldn't, they were committed, but they just couldn't. And I totally get it. And they felt bad. And of course I felt bad too, but it's the way it goes. Life moves on. And so we have the local fire department is going to be our honor guard. And then there's another one, I think, from Altoona, another small community that's basically a hop, skip, and a jump, like a little rural type school district that will be there. And then we're hoping the police department will also have an honor guard. But if not, we'll be good. But we're just hoping for a lot of, whether it's kids or moms and dads or whatever that family situation or dynamic looks like, we just hope we get, a packed house, 1,500 people there. That would be awesome. And our last crowd that we had at our home game versus Iowa Woo was really ruckus. So yeah, we hope that's what we get. They're our eighth man.
And that's something else that I love to see too. Even when you're not having the best season record wise, man, fans are still coming out. It's still getting noisy at home games. That's what you want to see.
Yeah, and what's the crazy part is a lot of people, and as much advertising as we're starting to get now, and it can get better. Um, a lot of people still don't even kind of know what we're about yet, and we're getting more and more visible. We're getting more press, so that always helps. Get numbers too, but um, yeah, we just put a good product on the field, and the people when they get there, they are just so excited and they're into the game, and then they're the repeat customers. So, I'm hoping in the last two home games, um, we have that, by word of mouth or word of sight, being in person, we double and triple that so we can um, just get more and more people there all the time every year. And so that's our goal. And then just hopefully we get a win, and that's icing on the cake.
Not bad goals. I like those goals. Yeah, I mean, just tell us about the energy from practice earlier.
When we got there, and of course, everybody's coming back, and it's kind of here we go again. But really, we didn't see that tonight. And there was a couple of down parts of practice, and we got on them, and they picked it up again. And you get those ebbs and flows, peaks and valleys, whatever you want to call them and describe them. But to be honest, the guys were all happy to see each other again. That week off, you get away from everybody, you get to be with family, you get to go home in some cases, and that's a pretty awesome feeling. And last night I could just feel the energy when they had a captain's practice. With their recovery, they go through about 45 minutes to an hour of stretching and getting loose, and then they have a light lift, and then they're done. And I just stopped in to say hi, and I got out of there. It's not my job to be there. They need to bond, so I never worry about them. They know our standards, and now have we always played up to them? No. And we're not perfect, and we're not perfect people, and we're not perfect coaches and players. So um, we've taken ownership too as a coaching staff that things have to change, and we've made some tweaks, and we've brought in personnel. And in this business, again, I've told you, um, it's very brutal because what you did for me today might not be good enough for me tomorrow, and you get somebody new in, and it's always that pressure, always looking over your shoulder, but that also breeds competition, and competition makes you better. And so the more we press, the more we push, um, the better we're going to be. And like I told my D line players tonight, we had 5 or 6 of them there. Um, that was the best practice of the night or of the year, I felt. And then we do one-on-ones after that while pass Kelly's going on and offense is doing their thing. D line just does theirs. And there was a lot of fire today, and that made me feel very, very good. And I think our minds are right. And the guys are sick of losing, and we all know that. And so what cures that? Well, a shot of win, and so that it doesn't cure everything, but these teams that are 4-0 or 5-0, they're gonna face adversity at some point too, and we've just faced more than our share the last 2 years. Um, so hopefully we can give them a dose of their own medicine, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we want to get that, win, 2 wins, hey, go 3-0 to end the season, but ultimately, how important do you think a strong finish ending this season is in terms of going into next season with maybe a little bit of boost, especially for, the guys that are open to coming back will be, most likely be back.
Um, it's like anything else. you try to build those wins and you stack them. And if we were to go 3-0, or even to get 2 of the 3 wins to have a better record than we had last year, or just to get a win first, obviously. But if we could go 2-1 or 3-0, and 3-0 is our goal, it's always going to be a springboard if you finish strong into next year. And we've got some guys that are older, and one of the gentlemen said today this might be his last ride. A guy that I coach with, or have coached with, might be his last ride, and he's just as positive can be, and you just hope the character guys that come in, and I'm not going to name the team that the quarterback came from, but I told him about our 3 pillars, which are faith, family, and love, and he said, Coach, in his text today to me, he said, I'm on my way. He goes, those are the same ones that I believe in. And then after practice, I had to give him his paperwork, etc. And he goes, Coach, I have never been around a more positive environment and playing since I've donned the uniform. And so that makes you feel good. You never know if you're hitting the right notes or the right tune or whatever, and people are buying in, but that made me feel good. An outsider who doesn't even know a single soul here. And we just met him today, and he tells you, hey, this is the culture I want to be around and be in. Then we know we're doing something right. And it doesn't show on the scoreboard, but like I've also told the guys, we're not defined by scoreboards. We're defined by our character. And after the season, and I've told these guys this numerous times, if you're going to, with your good character, you go out into your communities, you be a great community member, but first and foremost, if you're a dad, be the best darn father you can be, husband, son, relative, friend, whatever it might be. Just be the best at what you do, and don't be somebody you're not. Just be you. And these guys have bought into that, and they know I love them, and they know their coaches love them, and they love each other. And that's, that no loss, no scoreboard, no 0-5 record can change any of that. They can't take that away. And that's what I want these players to take with them. And whether they play here next year or they go to another team or whatever. And then another guy said, well, I went somewhere else and it wasn't greener on the other side of the pasture, and he came back, and he said, I'm glad to be back. So, and you get those too. So, yeah, I think we have a great culture here, and it's not all me, and it's not just Coach Jim's team or Coach Brit's team. It's our team, and we always talk about we, and it's our team, not mine, not I, not me. It's we. So that's the way we approach it. And again, we let the chips fall where they may.
It seemed like you guys are dealing with kind of a different major injury every week.
Yeah.
How
Yep.
do you plan against that? Like, do you pull out like, your lucky socks? Or how are you stopping that?
That's if I could have a golden horseshoe in my back pocket, I would carry it. We just have had the worst luck in the world against the Goats. Malik Galliard runs out and goes to throw, and he gets kind of hit funky, and it wasn't cheap shot. They played the game the way it's supposed to be played, and it wasn't cheap or anything like that. So he still got fluid on his knee. So we're going to be on the error of the side of caution. And I talked to him today, and he was supposed to see the doctor today. He goes tomorrow morning. And we talk and every day, and I just told him, hey, I hope and pray that it's nothing serious. And we talked probably for 5-10 minutes today. Just said, hey, are you okay if we inactivate you? And he goes, yeah. And yesterday, and that's why I kind of talked to that other kid that came in. He was eager and ready to go. He hasn't played in any games. He's kind of a backup. And so he hasn't tested the water yet. But what we saw today, he can run the ball, and he throws a pretty decent ball, and he just hasn't been thrown into the fire yet, or the lion's den. And we're going to see what he's got. Um, and that's all you can do. It's next man up. And so, LeCedric, to your question, well, Richie hurt his ankle and hurt his wrist, and he's played through injury all year long, and he's just a tough kid and local kid, and so he's he's playing, and we got Josh Murray back, and we held Josh out to the goats, and he and I had a long discussion, and he wasn't, and like any athlete and great athlete, he just wasn't super happy that we sat him at first, and then he reevaluated. He texted me the next day and said, "Coach, I'm sorry." And I just said, "Hey, I got to look at the big picture. I want to be able to see you play, want to be able to see you walk, etc." And he's older, and we don't heal as fast. And now he looks at it, and he said yesterday, "Coach, it was a good move." And sometimes we have to protect the players because like anybody, you don't want to lose your spot and you play hurt. But then the big picture is, we lose you for one game, but then we get you for three. So, 3 for 4, that's, 750 percentage. So, he feels good, and he might play some quarterback tomorrow, Saturday, and he probably maybe even play a little bit of running back. So he's so versatile, but we get him for those 3 games, hopefully. And so we got a lot of these banged up players back, and that, like I said, that bye week came at a great time. And you could see it today. The energy was even higher than what normally is, because guys are happy to be back around each other, and they're feeling good now. And so we're ready to make the stretch.
And well, coming into the game against the Siege, like we mentioned earlier, faced them already once this season at their place. Now they're coming to Eau Claire. I'm sure there's still that family 4-pack deal going on as well. Just want to throw that out there because that looks good every time we see it.
Yeah. Yep.
you know, obviously, no disrespect to the rest of the teams on your schedule, but the Siege, obviously, they're the best team in the league this year
Yep.
right now.
Yeah.
How does it feel knowing that after this, not to say easy, but it's 2 teams that are a little easier, to beat, I guess, to end your season?
Yeah, and we still have to be, we still have to be in the top of our game, and our team we just have such a slim margin for error. And as you guys have probably watched or seen our team, when we have a couple of mistakes, like a pick six or a fumble or an interception, it's not that we fold our tent and we throw our cards in and we fold. They keep coming, but we just, you get that injury and you just can't get over the hump for whatever reason that might be. And I we should have beat all 3 of those teams, and that's just being very, very honest. When you look at the film, it's like, oh man, if you take this, if you make this route, or you take that 1 or 2 steps, and you make this move on defense on D line, and you one arm, or you take a half a man, and you're producing half the energy. Um, those little things like that make the difference. And we talk about it, every inch of plastic grass becomes, a foot, and a foot becomes a yard, and then it becomes 5 yards, 10 yards, touchdowns. And so yeah, we just got to take it play by play. And I know deep down, and I know these guys deep down know that they can beat these teams, and they should have. So I think these guys are in the right mindset, and they're ready to play and turn this baby around.
Yes. Yeah, you guys get back out there this weekend. Right back at it. It's hard taking a bye week, especially this late in the season.
Yep.
Like you said, you guys, I bet they are ready to just get back out there and show what they can do. I don't know. I'm looking forward to this weekend. I don't have anything else. You got a message for you guys out there, everyone out there. I'm sure they'd love to hear it.
Yeah, it's just I guess we just need the fans to come out and just enjoy the game, learn the game, and I'm still learning it. And 3 of the 5 coaches, so Harrison and Harrison is the running backs coach for UW Eau Claire here. So he's been in arena 2 and I've been in 2, but he's offensive guy, but he's more 11 man, obviously. And the 3 other coaches have played together and played in the 7-man arena ball. So they have a different perspective, and we all get along, and we've had to make some changes, and nobody is, does the head coach have to make a hard decision? Yes. Do I have to have hard discussions? Yes. But they are always done respectfully. I've never ever downgraded anybody, never belittled anybody. And that's the culture part that comes in too. Everybody is respected. Do we have differing opinions? Obviously. Does it happen and come up on the games? Does it get heated sometimes? Yeah. And I'm never good at lying anyway, but you can't lie about that. And the players see the respect we have amongst each other, and the ribbing and the kidding and what have you. But when it's time for business, it's business. And so we have big enough shoulders where we're able to talk to each other and, hey, we got to change this, we got to change that. What suggestions do you have? And I'm still learning too. And so I've learned a lot from MJ. And I just had my 64th birthday. I was riding the bus back from Springfield, Missouri, or St. Joseph's, Missouri, and coming off a loss. But then, MJ, my D coordinator, says that he has X amount of respect for me and blah, 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 blah. And, you just never think how other people perceive you. And that never really bothers me, but it really kind of hit me. And I did the same for him because he just had a birthday. But there's a lot of respect that goes back and forth, and the players see it. Some of the players who are married wives see it, but the fans don't see it. My son sees it. My daughter and my son-in-law see it because they know what goes into it, and my son's in the locker room and those kind of things too. So they all know, and it's just a family atmosphere. And again, open door policy. So guys are able to feel loved and respected, and they know they can come to us if anything ever comes up, whether it's something at home or it's an injury or it's a death or whatever it might be. They just know that they can come and talk to us, and I think that's the one thing the fans don't get to see, that these guys are just super awesome individuals. And I just hope we get that win for the guys and the fans, and those fans are like our 8th man again, and so we could be there and on. I see Justin is going to be there for his birthday on Saturday. He is probably the biggest fan in Eau Claire, and I can't thank him enough. And our sponsors again. I feel like NASCAR, but Council Tools, Farrell, Dunkin' Donuts, Council Tools, okay, I think it's okay, or All Season Tire, the Family Fireside Restaurant, Mac Seat Cover, Festival Foods. It goes on and on and on. Oh, I better Mancino's. All of those little things behind the scenes, things that people don't see, that I get to see rally around this team, that leaves us with a good feeling, and we're in good standing. We're back in good standing with the community. Last year was very rocky, and that's where I'll leave it. But you play firefighter, putting out fires, but those people are coming back now, and So if we treat people with dignity and respect, and they know they're going to get their product spoken to and taken care of, they'll come back. And I think now we have a good base to where next year, man, I think if we get this, if this interested owner decides to pull the trigger and do it, we're going to be in great shape. And again, like I said, I hope I come back next year. I've loved this season. Yeah, has it been taxing? Yeah, because there's a lot of extra behind the scenes work that I have to do that the other coaches don't have to do, and that's okay. That's my job, and that's what I'm supposed to do. But yeah, I think just having these people here and having a great time and all the sponsors and all the hard work that goes into this, it pays dividends. And looking to next year, that only just makes us more viable, and hopefully more people jump on the train and help out. Oh, and I can't be remiss. I got to say this. Prince and his family at the Days Inn West, Wyndham Days Inn West out of Eau Claire have housed our players since May 18th. And they've been just absolutely awesome. And we couldn't do without them because we wouldn't have anywhere for these guys to stay. So, yeah. So just shout out to the community. It's been awesome. And, you know, we got to work around. We got Country Jam coming up. We just got done with Blue Ox Festival and Summer Jam. And so there's a lot of music festivals that we have to compete with, plus the Express baseball team. And we fit that niche somewhere. And it's going to be hot this weekend. So come on in, and it's 72 degrees. And hopefully we can light a fire under our players and we get a win.
Hey, that's what I always tell people. You know, everybody should be more into arena-based sports because it's always climate control, baby.
You got it. Yeah.
But
Yep.
yeah, man. Hey, let's get this win against Nebraska. Let's get off the schneid that we've been on so far this season. Cedric, do you have anything else to say to the fans before we call it an episode?
Oh man, thank you guys for watching us. It's always fun coming on with you two. I love doing this show for sure. It's fun every week and learning more about. I think I've learned a lot and so much about the Arena League in itself just from doing this show. So thank you guys for being on here with me, and thank you guys out there like Justin and all you others for watching and hanging out with us every time we come on every week.
Yep. And this is, and I'll tell this to the fans. This is the coolest podcast I've ever been a part of. And I appreciate you two guys very, very much. And I hope this relationship continues into next year. And, you know, and hopefully if you two guys can make it to that last game, that'd be awesome.
We'll see. We'll have to see.
Free tickets.
Maybe more so
Free
next
tickets.
season. We'll see how
No
it goes,
try.
right?
Yeah, that's right. Hey, if we win, you get free tickets.
Hey, there we go.
No, you guys are great, and I appreciate it more than you know, and I tell you that too. And yeah, it's been a great ride so far. So let's just keep that good old train a rolling.
Absolutely, man. I've had a blast all season.
Me too.
Cool. Well, if nothing else, guys, I think we can go ahead and call it a show. Looking forward to you guys getting that dub this weekend, Coach. Happy birthday, Justin. And TJ, as always, man, I look forward to chopping up with you throughout the chat. Oh, didn't you just drop the magazine? You want to talk about that real quick?
Yes, before we get off the air officially, just let everybody know the second issue officially of Shady Sports Network magazine is out. It has all of the major leagues, including the Arena League, in it, with a section, obviously, for Eau Claire because they're part of the league. So if you guys want to check it out, you can jump on our Facebook page. We have posts up there on it. So, yeah, if you guys want an all-inclusive arena and indoor football magazine, check it out. It is completely free.
Awesome. I've got that written down. I'm going to look at it tonight.
There you go. Heck yeah. Thanks, Coach. Thank you guys for watching, tuning in. Hope you guys have a great week and see you next week.
See you next week. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. This is TJ from Shady Sports Network. I am excited and proud to be the first one to announce that we as a network are introducing a digital magazine, official one called Shady Sports Magazine. As many of you know, the bread and butter of our network is covering arena and indoor football, and that's exactly what this magazine is going to be about. It is going to be the first ever arena and indoor football central magazine, all the leagues included. You're going to also have a bunch of articles in there about past teams going down memory lane. It's just going to be a one-stop shop for the already diehard fan. It's going to be an easy spot to get all of your info, no matter which league or however many of the leagues you may watch. And for the new fan or the casual fan, it may help you turn into a diehard fan now, because you're going to be able to get all the info super quick and easy, sent directly into your email. We will announce in the upcoming weeks when the inaugural issue is going to be released. And believe me, we will definitely keep you updated on our shows and network as a whole on how to sign up for that list to get it. Email for free every month. Thank you to the fans, and thank you for everyone watching. As always, like, follow, share, subscribe, and most important, enjoy the show and keep watching. Thank you, and see you guys later.